Chosen one, hear me clearly. This is no ordinary message. This is God's breaking news directly to you. The prophecy you've long awaited has officially been set into motion, and heaven itself is sounding an unmistakable alert, echoing your name through eternity. If you're witnessing this message, know it's no accident. Your steps have been divinely orchestrated to arrive at precisely this moment. You stand at the threshold of a monumental shift, an urgent awakening within your spirit that will reshape your entire reality. Your whispered prayers, your secret dreams, they're no longer distant echoes lost in space. They're surging toward you now with unstoppable divine momentum. Understand, this is not merely a shift in your mindset, it is a cosmic awakening, an elevation orchestrated by God to align you fully with the destiny etched upon your soul. You, dear chosen one, are about to witness miracles unfolding with a rapidity and intensity that will leave you breathless, stunned into sacred silence. But you must grasp the gravity of this divine alert. You must be fully aligned and awake to embrace the promise now ignited within you. Before we journey deeper into this revelation, pause for a sacred moment. Do 3 powerful things to anchor yourself in this divine frequency. Hit that like button as an act of spiritual agreement, subscribe to join a sacred community approaching 999 souls awakening together, and drop the number 99 in the comments. This simple yet profound act sends a cosmic ripple, magnifying your alignment with the universe. If you truly embody the essence of the chosen, you will stay with me until the end. Your spirit already recognizes this divine call. It trembles with the certainty that your hour has come. If you aren't prepared to embrace this profound truth, you might feel compelled to turn away. But for those courageous enough to answer, your life will be irrevocably transformed. Listen carefully now. Heaven's divine alert has sounded. The prophecy is no longer distant. It has already begun unfolding in the spiritual realm. Quiet yet thunderous, gentle yet unmistakably powerful, this divine movement has commenced. Heaven has whispered your name, setting in motion events that will reverberate throughout eternity. You feel it deep within your core, a stirring, an urgency, a knowing that defies explanation. That is no mere intuition, it is a direct transmission from the heart of God. This is no ordinary prophecy. It is a historic shift, carefully inscribed across the timelines of existence, directly connected to you. While the world chases temporary illusions and fleeting distractions, God's gaze rests steadily upon you. You have been marked for a divine uprising, chosen to stand as part of a sacred generation, rising with wisdom, courage, and unshakable authority. The world may not yet perceive this truth, but heaven sees clearly, and the heavens are no longer silent. The spiritual trumpets are sounding, not in fear, but as an awakening call to arms. Chosen one, your moment is not tomorrow or next year, your time is now. This message is personal, intimate, addressed specifically to your spirit. If your soul resonates deeply, let it be your confirmation. God is calling you forth from the shadows, out of hiding and into sacred purpose. Your season of silence has ended. Your name has been etched upon the scrolls of a divine dispatch. Chosen ones are not selected for their perfection, but for their surrender. You carry wounds that have transformed into wisdom, battles that birthed courage, silence filled with sacred teachings. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. Your past storms were shaping you precisely for this moment. Your story is no random collection of events. It is divine orchestration. Like Esther, you have been born into this age for a sacred, ordained purpose. The alert is ringing out through your dreams, your emotions, your thoughts, and perhaps even your lingering pain. But remember, God isn't here to confuse you, He is here to awaken you. Heaven is never passive. It is actively working behind the scenes. Even when you perceived nothing but silence and stillness, God was diligently aligning people, places, and moments for your favor. Every perceived delay was divine design. Every rejection was sacred redirection. You have never been forgotten, only hidden away in divine protection, whispered about in rooms you've never entered, prepared quietly like David in the fields or Joseph in his prison cell. Do not underestimate the power of your quiet seasons. for heaven often accomplishes its greatest work in silence. God does not require applause or attention to forge greatness. What He is sculpting within you will soon speak volumes for itself. Remain faithful in the unseen, because your rising is now inevitable, not merely a matter of if, but a matter of divine timing unfolding swiftly before your eyes. Signs surround you, unmistakably clear for those with eyes to see. Heightened spiritual sensitivity, vivid dreams, recurring confirmations, each one pointing directly toward you. You are being positioned to be recognized, not for fame, but for sacred function within God's kingdom. Throughout time, God has always marked His chosen ones with signs, visions, angelic visitations, miraculous victories. These are not mere stories, they are your divine lineage repeating itself once again. Soon the world will witness what God has always known, that you are anointed, appointed, and deeply purposed. But first, you must wholeheartedly believe this truth, because your self-recognition precedes the world's acknowledgement. It's time now to fully own your sacred identity, walk with authority, and understand deeply that God has not merely chosen you, He has entrusted you. In an age saturated by chaos and confusion, you are covered by supernatural protection. What affects the masses will not touch you, for you dwell securely beneath the shadow of the Almighty, shielded by covenant rather than chance. As worldly confusion intensifies, your clarity will sharpen. Like Daniel in Babylon, you will walk through corrupt systems untouched, uncorrupted, and unafraid. You have been divinely trained to navigate crisis as heaven's champion. Fear nothing, for your protection is eternal. Chosen one, the alert has sounded. Your prophecy is in motion, your destiny active, your assignment clear. Your past was preparation, your present alignment, and your future now radiant with divine promise. Heaven has called your name. Step forward boldly and let the world witness what God has placed within you. Chosen one, the sacred prophecy echoing within your spirit has begun to move with unstoppable momentum. A quiet yet powerful shift has been set into motion, silent to the world, thunderous in the heavens. This moment is not mere imagination. It is heaven's confirmation, resonating like a divine bell deep within your heart. The season you've long awaited is here. You are transitioning from a place of yearning and wanting to a sacred space of possessing and becoming. The prayers you've whispered in secret, the dreams you've protected from doubt, they are now aligning with your present reality, accelerating into manifestation with astonishing speed. Understand clearly, this is not simply about positive thinking or a fleeting surge of motivation. This is a divinely ordained awakening, carefully timed by the Creator, designed to position you precisely within the currents of your destiny. You stand now at the epicenter of miracles and sacred manifestations that will leave you profoundly changed, speechless with awe at what unfolds. Yet you must recognize the magnitude of this divine alert. To fully step into this prophecy, your spirit must be alert, your soul deeply anchored in faith. This call demands your conscious participation, your sacred response. This is not a casual moment, it is a heavenly invitation, a pivotal intersection of your faith and God's divine timing. Your spirit already understands this profound truth. You feel its resonance, deep and undeniable, calling you forth from doubt into clarity, from confusion into divine certainty. Heaven is not passive, it is dynamic, constantly moving, aligning, orchestrating. Even when your eyes saw delay, heaven saw divine alignment. Even when your heart felt rejection, God was quietly redirecting your path towards sacred purpose. In every moment of silence, every season of solitude, God was shaping you, preparing you, meticulously positioning you for this precise revelation. You have never been forgotten. Rather, you've been hidden, shielded under divine protection, spoken of softly in heavenly realms. Your name is mentioned with reverence in spaces you've yet to enter. Like David overlooked in the shepherd's field, or Joseph abandoned in a prison cell, your hidden seasons were never punishment. They were preparation. Heaven does not require a crowd to craft greatness. It is in isolation, in quiet intimacy, that true spiritual warriors are born. Chosen one, the quiet seasons hold immense power, though they seem empty and dark. Within them, heaven's most powerful transformations take root. Your time of quiet preparation is rapidly drawing to a close, giving way to a season of unmistakable revelation and divine exposure. Your rise is no longer merely a possibility, it is a divine inevitability. All around you, heaven is sending unmistakable signs, confirmations that ring clearly within your soul, prophetic dreams, heightened intuition, synchronicities that defy human logic. You are not arrogant to notice these signs. You are wise, aware, awake. God is positioning you for recognition, not for worldly acclaim, but for divine purpose. You are becoming a visible testament to His power. Throughout history, God has always marked His chosen ones with unmistakable signs, clear confirmations that they were set apart for something extraordinary. Just as visions guided prophets and angels walked alongside kings, divine signals are aligning to mark your path clearly now. The world is about to witness what heaven already knows, that you have been anointed, appointed, and entrusted with a sacred mission. But first, you must fully embrace this calling yourself. Before the world acknowledges your divine assignment, your heart must be fully convinced. Step into your authority, own your spiritual identity without hesitation. You are no longer merely waiting for divine validation, you carry it already within you. The divine dispatch has been issued, your assignment now active. God has chosen you to lead, to inspire, to impact, to influence, not through your strength alone, but through divine empowerment. In a time saturated with confusion, chaos, and deception, heaven covers you with supernatural protection. What overwhelms the world will not overcome you. You are guarded by an eternal covenant hidden beneath the shadow of the Almighty. Even as darkness thickens globally, your spiritual sight sharpens. You are being equipped to navigate the storms around you with divine wisdom, clarity, and strength. Like Daniel walking unscathed through Babylon, or Moses standing boldly before Pharaoh, you will traverse the systems of the world without being ensnared by their deception. You will become a beacon of clarity amid chaos, calm within storms, peace in the presence of panic. Heaven is turning what the enemy intended as crisis into your catalyst for divine elevation. You are not merely surviving the turbulence ahead, you are being strategically positioned by God to thrive, to lead, to become a voice of divine order amidst worldly disorder. Chosen one, this moment is sacred. This prophecy has been set in motion specifically for you. Your pain was preparation, your isolation, consecration. Heaven's design was never random. Every detail was carefully orchestrated. Trust deeply in this truth. You have been positioned, protected, vindicated, and empowered. Rise now with confidence, knowing you stand on the threshold of miracles and manifestations far beyond your imagination. The quiet seasons were never wasted. They were carefully woven into your story, preparing you for the radiant chapter about to unfold. Now, lift your head and step boldly forward, knowing heaven itself backs every move you make. This is your confirmation, your commissioning, your crossover. Walk courageously, chosen one, your divine moment is here. Chosen one, every trial you've faced, every storm you've endured, every quiet heartbreak you've experienced has brought you to this sacred moment. Heaven has always been meticulously preparing you, not for something ordinary, but for a supernatural unfolding that will forever change the trajectory of your life. Even in seasons of loneliness, confusion, and silent struggle, the divine was actively sculpting your spirit, training your heart, and fortifying your soul. You may have felt forgotten, overlooked, unseen, but those silent seasons were God's workshop. It was never rejection, it was a divine consecration, a hidden incubation. Like precious gold refined in fire, your spirit was purified through the flames of isolation. Your tears were never meaningless. Each one watered the seeds of your divine purpose. Your pain wasn't punishment, it was sacred preparation. And now, beloved, the time of your unveiling draws near. The quiet whispers of heaven are now becoming clear, audible echoes resonating through your entire being. God is calling your name, not to shame or overwhelm you, but to release you into a season of unparalleled manifestation. Understand clearly, this is more than a simple breakthrough. This is a holy acceleration, a sacred leap into the destiny etched upon your spirit since before you drew your first breath. The struggles you've privately battled were never signs of weakness. On the contrary, they were evidence of the spiritual warrior God was carefully crafting within you. Each battle taught resilience, each trial birthed wisdom. Every tear shed in silence cultivated compassion. What appeared as weakness to others was actually the hidden strength of heaven being deposited within your spirit, layer upon layer, season upon season. Beloved, heaven has watched every unseen battle, every private prayer, every sacrifice made in secret. Nothing has been overlooked, everything has been recorded in divine memory. God is now moving swiftly and sovereignly to publicly honor your faithfulness. Soon the world will witness what God has already seen clearly: your divine appointment, your anointing, your readiness for spiritual elevation. The truth is, your waiting was never wasted. Delay was always divine development. Just as Joseph sat patiently in prison cells, unaware that God was orchestrating his rise to power, and David remained faithful in obscurity, unaware he was being shaped into a king, so too have you been quietly prepared behind the scenes. Your obscurity was divine protection. Your isolation was strategic consecration. Now your hidden seasons will yield supernatural fruit. God will not merely release you, He will launch you with power and precision into your divine assignment. Chosen one, never underestimate the unseen seasons. Heaven often does its most profound work in silence and solitude. You didn't break in the fire, you were formed by it. You didn't crumble in the wilderness, you were strengthened by it. You weren't forgotten in your waiting. You were divinely fortified. Now God is calling you out of hiding, placing sacred assignments in your path that no human hand can deny or obstruct. Doors are about to swing open that no force can shut, pathways illuminated by heavenly favor. You must prepare your heart now, align your soul fully, and step boldly into the moment you've been praying for. There is no room left for doubt or hesitation. You are being divinely positioned, divinely protected, divinely empowered. The mission ahead is no longer hidden in shadows. It's becoming vividly clear, shining with purpose. God is entrusting you, not because you have proven perfection, but because your heart is fully surrendered to His will. Beloved, the sacred calling upon your life is no longer a distant dream. It is actively unfolding right now. You are a spiritual warrior, prepared in the shadows, tested through storms, now ready for divine combat, not through earthly weapons, but with faith that moves mountains, prayers that shift atmospheres, and discernment that pierces darkness. Like Gideon, who once doubted his worth but became a mighty leader, you too must embrace the sacred truth of your divine identity. God does not call based on qualifications, He calls based on purpose. The spiritual warfare you faced in secret was training ground for your divine assignment. Every internal conflict was preparing you for the true battles now unfolding in spiritual realms. You've been learning heaven's language, how to hear God's voice clearly, how to wield His truth, how to stand firm amidst chaos. Your faith, once fragile, has become powerful, rooted, unshakable. Now is the time to rise boldly, humbly, and obediently. Your divine assignment is not merely survival, it's to reclaim spiritual territory, to restore hope, to illuminate the darkness around you. God is about to move through your life in ways that defy human logic. You may not feel qualified or fully ready, but understand clearly. God specializes in using the unlikely, the overlooked, and the underestimated to perform miracles that echo through eternity. You are not limited by your past mistakes or current insecurities. You are empowered by heaven itself. Think of Mary, chosen in simplicity and faith to birth the Savior. Peter, a fisherman transformed into a foundation stone of the early church. God uses ordinary vessels for extraordinary missions. You, dear one, are next in line for divine purpose. The miracles awaiting you cannot be fathomed with human reasoning. Your simple surrender, your willing yes, is all that heaven requires. Your life is about to become a living testament, a vessel of healing, hope, and divine transformation. Get ready, your impact will be explosive. Divine gifts will flow through you, wisdom, healing, discernment, and supernatural revelation. These are not mere spiritual symbols, they are living instruments, tools of heaven entrusted to your stewardship. You will use them with humility, transforming brokenness into beauty, chaos into clarity. Chosen one, your sacred hour has arrived. Heaven's preparation was precise, intentional, and purposeful. Your waiting is now becoming a divine weapon in your hands. Step forward courageously, knowing you are covered, equipped, and empowered. Your silent season is complete, your consecration fulfilled. It's time now to rise and shine, for the glory of the Lord is upon you. Chosen one, the veil is lifting, and your divine unveiling is at hand. Everything you walked through, the isolation, the rejection, the battles no one saw, was never a punishment, but a sacred preparation. You were not being overlooked. You were being hidden, sealed in God's hand, protected for a moment the world could not yet comprehend. As the world descends into louder confusion, your path becomes clearer. While others are swept into fear, you are standing inside an unshakable covenant. This protection around you is not chance, it is divine strategy. You are being lifted above the chaos, just as Noah rose above the floodwaters. You are not merely surviving the shaking, you are rising through it. The trials you endured weren't detours, they were training grounds. Each heartbreak carved out space for wisdom. Every delay expanded your capacity for divine clarity. In secret places, God sharpened your discernment, amplified your spiritual hearing, and poured heavenly fire into your voice. That voice is now a weapon, not to destroy, but to break chains and ignite awakenings. You carry a sacred light, one that exposes deception and illuminates truth. You've been marked not for popularity, but for purity. And now, as heaven brings down falsehoods, your authenticity will shine like a beacon. The platform God is building under your feet cannot be shaken because it is not built on sand, it's built on surrender. This is the beginning of your visible assignment. The same God who developed you in silence is now exalting you in the open. Doors will open that no man can shut. Favor will follow you that no explanation can cover. People will feel your presence before they even hear your words. That's because it's not about charisma, it's about divine conviction. And yet, this is not about elevating your name, it's about elevating His. You're not being sent for status, you're being sent for souls. You will walk through rooms and shift the atmosphere without trying. You will speak and hearts will break open. You will pray and things will move. Because your voice is no longer just yours, it's been baptized by fire and filled with divine power. God is raising leaders not based on charisma, but on character, not for the stage, but for the war. You are one of them. You didn't chase it. You were chosen for it. What felt like rejection from people was redirection from heaven. What felt like silence was strategy, and now the season that forged you in the secret place is crowning you in the open. The spiritual gifts you carry are awakening. Dreams will guide you, discernment will guard you, prophetic insight will lead you. These aren't just gifts, they are divine tools forged through fire and humility. You've been entrusted with power not to impress, but to heal, not to perform, but to transform. Use them wisely, steward them with reverence. God is moving through you, not someday, not eventually, but now. The earth is groaning, heaven is watching, the final shaking has begun. But you, chosen one, were built for this. You are not afraid of the storm, you were born to walk on its waves. Let them come, let the noise rise. You are the calm within the chaos, the clarity in the fog, the living proof that heaven still speaks, still moves, still reigns. In the silence of your wilderness, when the world turned its face and the heavens seemed still, God was writing your name into eternity, hidden away, not because you were forgotten, but because you were being formed, like a blade in fire, like a crown forged in thunder. While others ran ahead, you were called to wait. While the noise celebrated noise, your soul was carved by sacred silence. You wept in places no one saw. You prayed prayers only heaven heard. And now the time of unveiling has come. The mantle is falling. The weight of what you've carried in private is about to be seen in public. Not because you chased a platform, but because you carried a promise. The divine has whispered, "Rise." And now, like David stepping out of the fields, like Esther standing before the throne, you are walking into the moment heaven designed before you were born. This is not your beginning. It's your becoming. The fire didn't consume you. It crowned you, and now the earth will see what only God knew. When the nights were long and the tears silent, When your heart questioned if the promise still stood, heaven remained faithful. You were never walking alone. Every unanswered prayer was building weight in the spirit. Every delay was pressing oil from your soul. You didn't break, you were broken open, made ready to carry glory. The voices that dismissed you, the doors that closed, the rooms you were never invited into, they were all protection. Divine delay is not denial, it's design. While others moved in flesh, you waited in faith. While others sought spotlight, you sought the secret place. And that's why your rise will be different. It will be sudden, but not shallow. It will be powerful, but not prideful. The same God who kept you hidden is now sending you forward, not to impress, but to impact. You are not stepping out. He is sending you, and those who once overlooked you will see the fire in your eyes and the weight in your words and know, this one walks with God. This one has been with fire. So rise now, not in fear, in fire, not in pride, in purpose, not in your name, in His. Your season of silence is over. Your moment of manifestation is here. You were born for this.